following story contains adult themes and depictions of violence and trauma. This podcast is not for children. Please be advised.
Once again, it was Gaia. For the past 2 weeks, Prince Zane has been inviting me into his office for tea. I don't see much of him outside that time, but none of that matters right now. Thank you for the meal.
Of course. Hey, have you ever seen the sea before?
Well, I've seen rivers and ponds before, and I've heard about the sea, although I've never visited it myself.
I'll take you there someday. You can see for yourself.
Without drawing too much attention to myself, I looked over to where Jacob kept glancing off. There was a table of 3 women who seemed strangely familiar. They glanced over at the 2 of us and whispered amongst each other. I was a bit confused why Jacob seemed so enamored with these random ladies.
So, I was thinking, next week they're having a festival for Demetrius here downtown. I could take you if you wanted to go.
He seems finicky, like something is worrying him. Actually, schedules are getting shifted next week. I'm not sure if I'll have any days off during the work week.
I forgot about that. My schedule is changing too, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to keep going out every week.
That's unfortunate. Well, we might be able to figure something out. Is everything okay?
Oh, no. Everything's fine. Actually, I got you something.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah. Well, I thought I had it with me. I must have left it in my room. You could come with me to get it after. I'll give you the grand tour of my room.
Okay, of course I'll go with you. After lunch, we walked back to the castle arm in arm. Perhaps it was because he was so much taller than me, but he seemed to be walking so much faster, nearly pulling me along. However, he kept his calm demeanor, occasionally looking backwards as we continued. We entered the castle through the servants' entrance, avoiding the bustling that came with the lunch rush. With the occasional nobility visiting the kingdom, as well as every servant, spinner, and knight, there were many mouths to feed. As he pulled me along the halls, I noticed we were making our way towards the east wing. It made sense. Jacob was a private guard, so of course he'd live near the barracks. I don't know why I was focusing so much on where he stayed. Maybe I was nervous. I don't know why I should be nervous. It's only Jacob. And I. In his room. He turned another corner. This was that hall with the rooms I cleaned all those weeks ago. The rooms where I found the snake. Oh my goddess. What if the snake belongs to Jacob? I don't think I can handle that.
Is everything all right?
Snakes should stay in the wild, far away from any rooms I may be cleaning. Of course. Are snakes native to DuPoint? Perhaps the closer the rooms are to the port, the more likely snakes will appear? Then again, I've never heard anything about a vermin issue, and I've lived here for months and only seen one.
Rilliane, I'm serious. If you're worried, you can wait outside.
Oh, no, Jacob, I'm fine. My mind is just wandering, that's all.
Only if you're sure.
I was confused as to why he was making such a big deal over this. Perhaps it was because the snake was in his room and he didn't want me to panic. What if the gift is the snake? Oh, goddess. Everything is fine. Why are you trying to keep me out all of a sudden? Did you remember that your room is a mess?
Of course not. My room is in perfect condition. This is it. Not much, but I'm rarely in here at all, to be honest with you.
This is nice. This is far nicer than any room I've ever slept in.
You can sit down if you want. Now, where did I leave it?
That's a nice painting up there.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure it was here before I even moved in.
Oh, have you not lived here for long?
Not exactly. I used to have another room connected to the barracks. I moved into this room when I became a mercenary. All of the mercenaries live in this hall.
So why did you become one in the first place? A mercenary, I mean.
Better pay. Ah, here it is. I must have worn the wrong coat then. Okay, close your eyes. You can open them now.
A thin gold band with a single ivory pearl was wrapped around my finger. I inspected it closer. It fit perfectly. It was elegant and simple. It's the first ring I've ever owned. When I was a girl, I used to put on my mother's wedding ring and dream about my own jewels. When I get older, I'll have a ring for myself. That's what I said, but I slowly stopped believing it. I love it! Where did you get it?
I saw it in a shop and I thought of you.
Thank you. Truly.
Of course. This is my promise to you.
Your promise?
I'm yours, for as long as you'll have me.
Hey, Jacob?
Yes?
I love you.
I love you too.
He's so tall compared to me, but we were making do just fine. His face was warm against mine. I felt butterflies in my stomach. This man truly cared about me. He makes sure I'm okay and takes care of me. He brings me to exotic places. I've never been an interesting person. In my village, the Lord's son Justin was the only man who paid any mind to me. He would degrade me and say things about how no man other than him would want me. I've come far from him.
Monsieur Wyndham! I apologize. I had no idea you were in. I was only bringing in your laundry.
Please knock before you enter my room.
Once again, my apologies. I just need a quick minute to hang these clothes up. Unless you'd prefer I return later.
Actually, I think I'm going to go now. Thank you again.
Of course. I will see you again.
I know you will. I think I'll take the detour back to my room. The garden is a much prettier sight. The air is noticeably cooler these days as we sooner approach winter. I wonder what the new year will bring for me. What am I even doing here? I suppose I've made a life here. I have a job, friends, a love. I can't see myself staying as a maid for the rest of my life. Eventually I'll have to track down my brother. He deserves to know what happened. A thought randomly comes to my mind. My face is most likely covered in lipstick. How embarrassing! That maid most definitely noticed it if true. I'll check myself in the washroom.
No, she was definitely enjoying herself. All tangled in his hair like that.
Oh my goddess, who does she even think she is? Dancing around the castle all night like she doesn't even work here.
Oh, she's putting in work, all right. Putting work into that guard.
Kimbra, you're so bad.
You know, they hated Beatree because she spoke the truth.
They couldn't possibly be talking about me, could they? It wasn't even that long ago. It's true then. These maids really don't know when to stop gossiping. My heart hurt. I wouldn't want anything to happen to Jacob or me. I suppose I should find another washroom. I don't want to add fuel to the fire. It'll only make things worse. Amisha? Was she crying? Amisha?
Rilliane?
Are you okay?
It's not enough.
What? What does this mean?
I can't pay for her medicine. Oh God, what am I going to do?
Whose medicine?
My mother's.
How much do you need?
No, Rilliane, don't give me your money.
If anything can help, I'll do my best to help you. You always help me in my time of need. Let me help you.
No, honey, you need your money. It's too much to ask from you.
Nonsense.
Rilliane, it's 3 times worth your monthly pay. It's unreasonable.
Oh, goddess.
I work my hardest, day in and day out, just to be able to afford it. Cynthia doesn't have any either. The house note has been too much for her.
I'm so sorry, Amisha.
What am I going to do?
What about His Royal Highness?
What do you mean?
Can't he give you a raise?
No one's ever asked him for a raise.
It may be worth it.
What if I'm not worth one?
Are you kidding? You're the hardest working woman in the castle. I don't see why he wouldn't give you a raise.
Do you really think he'll give me a raise?
I don't see why he wouldn't. You deserve one.
Thank you, Rilliane. Don't barge into my room next time.
I swear it was important.
What then?
Is my lipstick smudged?
Are you kidding, honey?
Well, is it?
Just a little around the lips.
Is it bad?
It could be better.
Oh, great.
I spoke to your supervisor about promoting you to Tier 1. This was the 3rd time we've drank tea together. Compared to her first time here, I can safely say she's grown comfortable. Her posture is more relaxed. She's mentioned menial things in our conversations, such as which fruits are going in and out of season. However, my news has rendered her silent. Did you hear me correctly?
Oh, I'm sorry. My mind just keeps wandering today.
You're being promoted to Tier 1. I understand you were worried about getting in trouble for sitting with me here, so I've removed the issue.
Really? That's so kind of you. Thank you, Zane.
I'm astounded. She actually thanked me? Not as an order, but genuinely. I wouldn't consider this act of mine kind. This is an act of decency. I go out of my way to invite her for tea every week. The least I could do is diminish any fears she'd have over it. It's selfish of me to keep her at the tier she's at, especially with how hard she works. Is everything quite all right, mademoiselle? You seem distracted.
No, I'm all right. It's nothing I can't handle.
Are you sure? You know that you can talk to me if something is bothering you.
Thank you, Your Highness. But it's not something I'm willing to talk about yet.
Well, all right. I won't pry, but you know where I am most of the day. I've seen that look only within myself before. Emotional weight.
Zane, has life been strange to you recently?
My life has always been strange. How come?
I don't understand why things feel so different compared to a month ago. It's like last month everything was fine, but this month everything feels so awful.
Do you wish to join me on a garden walk? I know you're going through a lot, and maybe a change of scenery may help a little.
Right now?
Why not?
I'm sorry, Your Highness, but I'm still in uniform. It seems highly unprofessional for me to walk out with you looking like this.
Right. I apologize. Another time, then?
Another time.
I'm stupid for thinking that she could get ready for something as immediate as that. However, I have a feeling she has too much on her plate at the moment. I don't want to overwhelm her. I have a request for you, mademoiselle.
Yes, Your Highness?
Take the rest of the day off and go get some rest.
Thank you so much, Zane.
It's never a problem.
I know this may seem a bit unprofessional, but can I give you a hug?
Oh? I want to say yes, but would it be the right thing? What would my father say if he saw? I know he isn't here. He's never here. Why would he care? Focus, Zane. Am I overreacting? My biggest fear is that I may make her uncomfortable. Will she freak out if I hug her for too long? Will I hurt her if I squeeze too hard? Will she be taken aback if she hears my heartbeat? She must know. Does she? Of course. Anything for you.
Thank you. I really needed that.
It's my pleasure. Now, go enjoy yourself. As she left, it was like she took a piece of my heart with her. I never felt anything like this before. Am I dying? Why is my heart beating so fast? Holding her in my arms was like holding something precious. I'm sweaty. Oh, so sweaty.
How smooth.
I don't want to hear it from you.
I'll give you a fair warning then. Something is off about her.
She's not the traitor.
That's not what I'm talking about. She's hiding something. Something she doesn't want to tell you.
I can't force her to tell me things.
What's stopping you? You had no problem forcing that man.
This is different. I can't risk that.
Why can't you?
She's a friend.
I don't think I understand.
You must have felt something like this before. Have you?
True love leads to pain. I understand that more than the human race.
But in the end, that pain may be worth it.
Keep telling yourself that.
I was excited to say the least. I'd have more time to visit Jacob today before he left for his shift.
Oh my goodness, wait. That's her, isn't it? No, is it? Oh my god, she's gonna do it. She's gonna do it. Oh.
My dress, it's ruined! Someone poured water on my bed and it was absolutely soaked. Ugh.
Hey, I see all of you. Get back to work. Oh, dear. Rilliane. I'm so sorry, Rilliane. The maids here can be very vicious.
What do I do now?
I heard from His Highness that he let you off early. I came to check on you because something didn't feel right around here.
Why can't they leave me alone?
I don't know, honey, but they're sure going to hear it from His Royal Highness himself.
Amisha, please don't.
Rilliane, they just ruined your bed. They can lose their job for harassment.
If we tell him and they don't, things will only get worse.
Oh, Rilliane. They are going to get a mouthful from me. Here, let me take care of it. Jacob must be waiting for you. Use that dress, and I'll do the laundry for it later.
Thank you so much, Amisha.
Anytime. Now, go get your man.
Greetings, fair maiden.
Jacob, we're in public.
Oh, my apologies. I couldn't help it. I know an opportunity when I see one.
Jacob! I couldn't help but blush at his words. They made me feel loved, comforted. It was like the problems of today disappeared when he came around. So, tell me, monsieur, what did you have planned for us today?
I have something very exciting planned.
Oh?
If my memory serves me correctly, a certain someone wanted to see the ocean.
We're going to the ocean?
Of course. You can't be living in DuPont without seeing the ocean. It'll be great. We shouldn't be too long.
Hey there, it is me again. It's me. Are you guys surprised? I'm just kidding. I want to say thank you guys so much for listening to episode 5 of He Who Forsakes the Crown. I think episode 5 might be my favorite episode in the first act because you guys haven't heard the scenes yet that I like so much. But when we were writing, I think these were the chapters when I really got into it. And when I was like, okay, I'm all in. It was these chapters. I really like episode 5. This episode is coming out on September 4th. So happy September. I can't believe we are already here. That is crazy. But I can't wait for it to get cooler. I think working in the heat is really gross. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to say? No, so I'm going to say all the same stuff I always say. And, you could skip this if you've done it. But if you haven't done it, then you should do what I'm telling you to do, because I really don't think you're going to regret it. And what I'm telling you to do is to follow us on social media. That's going to be Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. I probably got some other things in there that I don't even remember. We're everywhere. But follow us on Instagram and Tumblr. That's just going to be Chapter 15 Studios. 15, always a number. Twitter, that's CH15 Studios. I'm not going to talk about it. You guys know how I feel about it. We've got so much stuff. We've got bonus content, concept art, fun facts. The Twitter filled with a lot of interesting production facts that I don't get to talk about in this 2-minute break that we do. So yeah, you can also check us out on our website, www.chapter15studios.com. We've got cast lists. You want to know where to find any of our actors, we got all of them linked on there. And it's just a fun website. I update it from time to time. Check it out. Check us out. I think that is all I have to say. I just want to say thank you so much for the support. Support really does go a long way. If you know anyone who'd be interested, tell your friends. Talk about us on social media. If you tweet at us, I'll tweet back. Trust me, I will. I have nothing better to do. But support really does go a long way. You know, seeing people enjoy your content makes you more inclined to want to make the content because it's making people happy. It's making you happy. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to let you guys go now. I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode because I do. And I will not see you, but you will hear from me on October 4th with episode 6. I'll see you then. Bye.
Sire, you seem to be in a good mood.
As I should.
What brought so much pep within you, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know, honestly. If I were to be completely honest, I feel like a different person.
How so?
Well, it's a bit much to explain, but I think I may have something that'll bring joy into my life.
Well, that is quite good, sire. It's always good to have something that'll bring you joy. You've been gloomy these past couple of months.
Is there a problem with that, Kina?
Absolutely none at all. Seeing you in high spirits is just uplifting. It's strange. Oddly strange. He's acting out of character. He's normally more aggressive and abusive. Nevermore. It's good to see him become more kind. We should be making our way to the war room about now, sire. The other remnant mercenaries sat around the table. 2 seats across from each other were vacant. I took a seat at one while the prince sat at the other. Mentally taking note of everyone here, I noticed the other vacant seats. I suppose I should have it removed eventually. Yuri is dead. The prince shows no interest in reinstating a 10th mercenary. Okay then. Shall we proceed with the discussion for today?
Just a moment. Where is Jacob?
I suddenly realized why the room seemed so empty today. Jacob wasn't sitting in his usual seat. Actually, I hadn't seen Jacob all day.
Well?
We aren't exactly sure, Your Highness.
How poorly organized. I'd assume you people have scheduling to prevent this kind of issue from happening.
Jacob was scheduled to patrol the castle at sunset. He should have been patrolling the halls before this. He was well aware of the meeting. Your Highness.
Sunset was nearly an hour ago. One of you was bound to run into him on the way here. Very well then. Proceed without him.
Which is why, after the earlier circumstances of this year, I'm recommending that we also do a shifting schedule of each mercenary to directly watch the prince from afar throughout the night.
Where the fuck were you?
My most sincere apologies, Your Highness. I got caught up in something and lost track of time.
So what did you get caught up in, then?
I was in the garden.
Doing what?
I admit this is a bit embarrassing. I thought I heard an intruder, so I went to investigate. It was a mole. I was trying to catch it.
He had done everything the way he was taught about lying. He used an embarrassing statement to cover up his lies. However, it was stupid. I could tell it was a lie. The prince could most definitely tell. Jacob was going to face consequences for this.
So, did you catch it, then?
I'm sorry?
Did you catch the mole?
No, Your Highness.
Very well. Continue with the meeting.
As I was saying, we'd each be scheduled to keep a direct watch on the prince directly during the night of the ball.
Meeting dismissed. Return to your posts.
Captain, a moment?
Is there something you're concerned about, Your Highness?
I need you to investigate something privately. Jacob has been acting strange as of recent. Find out where he's been going. I have a feeling he's up to no good. Report back to me. Am I making myself clear?
Crystal, sire. Watching Jacob is a tedious experience. It's essentially going through a work week without anyone being allowed to know you're there. I'd hide in the shadows of the halls. My footsteps had to be silent. Jacob graduated first of his class at the academy. He's trained to know when he's being watched. However, it's been easier. He's distracted. As he roams around the halls on his patrols, his guard is down. Which is ridiculous. After an assassination attempt on the prince, he knows better than to walk around so openly comfortable. There are other discrepancies. He stopped walking his usual patrol route. The one he now takes has redundancies. He'll rewalk a certain hallway to reach another. He'll linger around the kitchen or the dining hall. He'll make monotonous conversation with the passing maids. He's in a better mood. And then there's her, a maid, Tier 1. Her hair is long, wavy, a dark ginger. At a closer glance, I can see her eyes, large and doll-like, the color of sapphires. She seems familiar, but I can't place my finger on from just where I know her. He's spoken to her every single day. He lingers the longest around her. Her face lights up at the sight of him as he keeps that same smirk. I'm not sure exactly what she is to him. It's been 3 days, and yet again, I'm following him around the halls a few paces behind. He changes course, making his way to the garden. A smoke break, I'm assuming. I don't understand how exactly he plans to maintain his health if he keeps smoking like he does. He's made his way out to the garden, and he keeps walking. The foliage is giving him cover as he becomes less visible. Almost as if he was squatting, his head gets lower.
You know, you really shouldn't be sneaking off to see me like this. We both have to work.
I know. But this is the only time I really get to see you.
Wouldn't it be better to schedule something for another time? Where we can actually spend some time together?
That takes far too long. I miss you now. I can only stick around for about 10 minutes anyways.
Well, I suppose if it's only for 10 minutes.
So she was what he tried desperately to hide. I'm not sure exactly why I'm feeling this way. Jacob was so obviously in love with her, so in love that he'd break his orders. Just who exactly was this maid? I had all the proof I needed to understand what exactly Jacob was doing. The prince will be furious. I suppose I could try to talk to Jacob. Perhaps this can end without any conflict. Where were you?
Just on a smoke break?
Really? Your collar is undone.
Good fucking goddess.
Jacob, listen. I don't want to report you to the prince, but he's noticed your behavior. We all have. You've been distracted. You're showing up late. You broke your contract, Jacob. I don't know what the prince will do if I report you, but I'll make you a deal. If you stop seeing this maid, I won't report you. Nobody will hear of this except for us.
What? With all due respect, Captain, this is my personal life.
You and I are both aware that you signed your life away once you became a mercenary. I'm making this offer in your best interest.
So you'll keep a secret for me only if I'm single?
What are you talking about? That has nothing to do with this. I'm not going to lie to the prince over your own mistake. I'm simply trying to keep you out of trouble.
I just don't understand why this can only stay between us if I leave her.
Because if you leave her, maybe you'll actually start doing your job again.
I've been doing my job just as well as I've done before.
We both know that's a lie.
Well, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm going to reject your offer.
And I'm sorry to say that your behavior will be reported.
Fine then. Report me.
I will. And you should watch your tone when speaking to your captain. I wanted to vouch for him. Prince Zane had been in a better mood as of recent. He could have forgotten all about it if I used the right words. But I won't be caught dead lying for Jacob's ungrateful ass. I know the prince won't be happy to hear this.
New caravans entering the capital, crime reports in the north, and new construction in the east. Only one was missing. Should I write her a letter?
To whom?
To her.
The girl?
Yes.
You're in love with her, aren't you?
Am I? don't know if I've never experienced something like this before.
It's interesting to see someone as the enemy, and now seeing them in a new light.
Argus, I don't think she's ever been the enemy.
Oh?
She tried to save me from the beginning.
I guess she did.
How should I even start that letter?
Well, maybe start with something sweet.
You haven't written a letter to your beloved?
I never really had to. When we were one, we just tell each other through our minds.
What about when you two were split apart?
I didn't have much time to speak with her after we split. It wasn't long before the war started.
I'm sorry.
No need. Time will eventually bring us back together.
Time will eventually bring us back together. My dearest Rilliane, I hope that you are enjoying your promotion. You really deserve it with how hard you work. Amicia speaks well about you. I wish to formally invite you to go with me on a stroll in the garden, maybe even have tea, with you as a guest, of course. I'd like to get to know you better, and I hope to hear your reply. Did I write enough? Is my letter too short? You may enter.
Your Highness, I have your report.
I see. Why is it late?
I saw something that you would want to know about.
Hand it over. Captain, how much of this is true?
All of it, sire.
I see. Call him in. Now.
Yes, sire.
I'll give you 15 minutes. He better be here.
I'll go fetch him immediately.
I can't believe this. He did this. I know he did. I should have kept a closer eye on him. How dare he tarnish her, breaking his contract and going against my orders? The absolute nerve. Countless years of service, the once head guard of this entire kingdom. He has some explaining to do. Should I even give this to her now? Minervia, please. Why does my chest hurt? Why does my heart ache? Is there a sin that I've committed in my lifetime? Will she even respond? Will she even feel the same way about me? It can't be her fault, can it? Jacob Wyndham is naturally flirty in nature. She wouldn't have done this. Would she? Keep it in, Zane. Enter.
Yes, Your Highness.
Sit.
Yes, Your Highness.
You know why you're here.
Your Highness, I believe that things have been misconstrued.
Oh?
It's a conspiracy that the captain started. She's trying to fool you to get her own way.
Please, explain.
Sire, I don't know if you're aware, but the captain is in love with me. She's trying to get me to...
Get you to...
break up with my girlfriend.
There it is.
Listen, sire. I wasn't going to hide her forever. It's just...
Don't justify it, Jacob. You know the rules here. Only guards and knights can partake in lives like that.
I'm aware, sire, but...
It would be very selfish of you to leave your family behind whilst having to give your life on the line. Hence why, on your contract, you're not allowed to date, have, or start a family.
What about Sayoko, then?
You will refer to the captain by her proper title. Do not disrespect her. You're starting to cross the line, Wyndham. I know you're lying. The captain wouldn't break her contract, unlike you.
So what do I do, then?
You must break up with her.
Sire, that's unfair to Rilliane.
I didn't want it to be true. I really thought that... No, this isn't her fault. So that's whom you've been seeing.
Yes, sire.
I would like full transparency, Jacob Wyndham.
It's true, Your Highness. I've been courting Rilliane for a few months.
I see. How dare you?
Sire?
Not only have you broken your contract, but you've solicited a maid of mine. You've acted extraordinarily unprofessional and become a rumor mill. How dare you turn my land, my castle, my reputation into a laughingstock?
Your Highness, I don't believe that it's that bad.
Really now? You think I haven't heard the rumors? What goes around comes around, Wyndham. You've dropped everything for that girl, and look at what's happening. You're destroying everything that I've built up to be. Now, Rilliane, you will stay away from her. That's an absolute order. If I see you with her, I won't give you a second chance.
Your Highness, with all due respect, I don't believe that's your decision to make.
It is, actually. I wasn't the one who signed your contract. You did. You knew the rules, and you willingly broke them. Now, if I hear a single word about you with Rilliane once more, your tapestry won't be the only thing that'll disappear.
Sire,
I don't want to hear anything else. I want to hear your compliance. Are we clear, Jacob Wyndham?
Crystal.
Good. I'm glad that we agree. Get out of my sight.
Yes, Your Highness.
I'm angry. Yes. But this feels different. Did she bewitch me? Why does this hurt so much? Everything is going to be alright. Why am I crying?
Your Highness, is everything alright? I heard yelling.
Get out! I want to be left alone.
He Who Forsakes the Crown is an audio drama written and produced by Chapter 15 Studios, starring Eric Smith as Zane DeMonte, Julia Orsborn as Rilliane Duvan, and Chad Arlin as Seoko Kina. Supporting roles by Nick Richardson as Jacob, Ranger H. Fox as Argus, Andrew Bonilla as Kisame, Levi Colter as Leah, Rodrigo Tamayo as Kuro, Elissa Young as Amisha and Adeline, Giselle Fausto as Kimbra, and Zoe Absher as April. Audio engineering done by Trenton McKenzie and Giselle Fausto. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of He Who Forsakes the Crown. Please remember to support the crew by following us on Instagram and Twitter. We'll be back on October 4th for episode 6. We'll see you then.